So the album's called Rainier Fog.
Rainier Fog, yeah.
What's that mean?
You've been up there, haven't you?
Is that another code for trails?
Mount Rainier is like a gigantic snow-covered volcano that kind of dominates the skyline, and we all grew up in the shadow of it. So it's kind of like
up in Seattle.
It's a marker of home, Mount Rainier. Yeah. So, yeah.
Do you ever go back there?
I do all the time. Yeah, I'm about ready to go up there on next Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Duff's there right now.
Yeah, he was up there watching Pearl Jam.
That's right.
Put a Instagram post out last night. Yeah.
August 24th.
Yep.
First album in 5 years.
Yep. That seems to be about the time period it takes us, about 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, 2 of those years are spent on the road supporting the last one.
Yeah.
Take a little break. Takes about a year and a half to write, record, and get a deal on all of that. So, yeah, it's a good record, man. It really is. Everybody says that, but I'm super stoked about this record. It rocks.
Yeah?
Yeah, it rocks.
We've got some stuff, right? Yeah. We're going to play it, but first, we're going to play Dave Grohl's just released this mini documentary called Play. The documentary features a 23-minute instrumental song where Dave plays all the instruments on several tracks, playing straight through the entire song.
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
That's a marathon. That's pretty cool, though.
23 minutes.
Yeah. That's old school, man.
Ain't going to get a lot of airplay.
Is there any song longer? Like, Frampton, Inagata-Davida, like, I don't know.
Or Tubular Bells.
There you go. Yeah, yeah. What are other 20-minute tunes?
Well, Tubular Bells was 2 tracks, right? One on each side of the album.
Okay.
I believe.
Yeah.
You know. But we're going to play that now, 23 minutes. Mm-hmm. I want to know what you think, and I want to know what I think afterwards. It ain't going to get a lot of airplay. Like, I'm the only guy who can probably get away with it.
We could probably eat a sandwich or two while we listen to it, too.
I can do some trails.
I'm a little hungry.
I can do a lot of stuff. Jonesy's Jukebox, KLOS. Dave Grohl just released it. Here we go. What's it called? Has it got a name? Play. It's called Play.
Done.
Take it away. Is that it?
Okay.
Jerry, thanks for coming by, buddy.
New record coming out, guys. We'll be out on the road. Thanks a lot, Jonesy. Great to see you.
Great to see you. See ya, fella. That's Jerry Cantrell talking.
That's longer than our whole record.
George Kakulias just texted me. He said you could have played 10 Ramones songs.
That's pretty impressive, though, I got to say.
That's Dave Grohl.
There's all sorts of stuff in there.
23 minutes. It's called Play.
Very rushy at the top. What was that band you talked about?
A little bit of Can in there. Little bit of Pato.
Okay.
A little bit of Boston, I heard. I guess he's doing a gamut. Maybe he's doing an ode to all the bands that he likes.
Yeah.
That definitely had the Rush vibe.
For sure. I know he's a huge fan of those guys.
Yeah, that was the single version. The album version's 42 minutes long. Wow. Very cool. So let's get back to you.
Yeah.
You got a lot going on.
We do. You
got your album coming out, first time in 5 years, August 24th. Rainier Fog.
Rainier Fog.
And you're actually going to play in your hometown.
Yeah, I think the first show on this leg is Vancouver, and then I believe we play Seattle on the 24th, which is the day the record comes out. But the week before that tour starts, we're going to be up in Seattle doing all sorts of stuff.
August 20th?
Yeah, the Mariners are going to have us out to the stadium. I think we're going to throw out the pitch. We got some joint merch, some Alice in Chains and Mariners merch. We got a pop-up store at the Crocodile Cafe, which we're also may or may not perform at. Got some things all around town. We're going to be popping around to promote the record. You know, we recorded all of the basics. We spent about 2 or 3 months in Seattle at Studio X, which used to be Bad Animals, and it's also where we recorded the Alice in Chains record, the one with the 3-legged dog on the cover. So we went home. you know, and the title of the record is kind of apt. It's got that flavor of being who we are and where we're from and still going, you know.
What I mean, obviously you get tons of rain up there, right?
Oh yeah.
In Seattle.
Summer's great though. Yeah.
Is it humid like down here?
No, it's not. It's not. It's like the coast, you know, down here. It's kind of a dry. It doesn't get too humid really. It's kind of a drier kind of deal. Even though there's plenty of, you know, clouds and rain and fog and all that kind of stuff. The air is kind of crisp, you know.
So when you were a kid, you didn't think, oh, what is this? It rains.
Well, I grew up in Tacoma, which is about 30 miles south. That was a whole other deal. That's a little further. And even if you want to get technical about it, a town called Spanaway, which is where I went to school, you know, and grade school, junior high, and
in the country,
and high school. Yeah, the burbs, you know, but it's a little more inland, so you know,
warmer,
and a little bit. And Tacoma has used to be. It still kind of has it. It's called the aroma of Tacoma, which is the tide flats and the pulp mills and the Asarco smelter and all of those combined. Pretty horrendous stench in the summer. Yeah, it's cool, man. You know, once again, really, really proud of the record, and it's gonna be a fun week to kick it off in our hometown when we release it. You know.
Yeah. You're on the cover of Guitar World magazine.
I am. I'm very honored to be on there again. Yeah.
Are you topless or just?
I kind of look like a extra in a Clint Eastwood movie.
A cowboyish kind of thing.
I kind of. I got a lid, and I look like somebody that gets killed in like the first 11 minutes of an old Eastwood
maybe
Western.
Westworld.
maybe. Yeah, I could fit in there. Yeah.
Do you watch a lot of TV?
I do watch a lot of TV. Yeah, and movies. Yeah, movies I watch a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the last good one you saw?
3 Billboards I just watched the other night.
I just watched it too, last week.
Yeah,
it was
so
on.
good.
I go to was it HBO Go?
Yeah,
and it was the first one. I actually had a screener for it when it came out, but I never got around to it. But what a great movie!
Yeah,
it won a few things, didn't it?
I think it did. Yeah,
won something.
You watching any? You do any of the HBO series and stuff?
Yeah,
started
Succession.
Succession. I've watched that. Have you checked out Sharp Objects yet?
I've watched a little bit. That's kind of dark. Does it get better?
It's dark. Yeah, it's kind of in there. I think you'd relate to that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's an interesting one. I like that. So some people have said the same thing to me though, that it's a little too slow developing. But I kind of like stuff like that that creeps along a little bit.
Well, the good thing about when you go on the the HBO, the streaming, you can watch them all.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
What was I watching last night on Netflix about these not cheerleaders, the bands that they're like it's the bands that play at schools.
Okay. Like the drum corps or like the
drums, and there's big young kids.
Yeah.
I watched about 8 episodes of that last night till like 2 a.m. It's like so random. I would never watch that, but it's interesting. The hard work they have to put into that. I forgot what it was called.
Well, on the road there's like a lot of time.
A lot of time.
You know that. So like
there's a lot of time when I'm at home too.
Yeah, that too. But I've always been a fan of film and filmmaking and anything artistic expression.
Yeah.
And music always fits together with the image as well. So it's cool.
Yes, I like comedy too. I liked Silicon Valley.
Yeah.
Did you ever get into that?
I didn't fully bite on it. I watched a few episodes. It was good, but I didn't fall into it.
Yeah. I'll tell you what was great was it's a guy's name. What was the show? It was a guy's name. A guy from Saturday Night Live. He's a killer, but he wants to be an actor.
Oh, Get Shorty?
No. Bill Hader.
Oh, Bill Hader. Oh, yeah, with Henry Winkler, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Gotcha.
That's so good.
Yeah.
So good. I can't wait for the next season of that.
There was another thing that came out recently, and I love the actor with Benedict Cumberbatch. Did you check out Patrick Melrose?
He's a drug addict? Yeah.
That was kind of cool.
I watched a couple of it, and then I just couldn't buy him as a junkie. At all. He's such a kind of upper class twit kind of guy.
Yeah.
Like a perfume ponce.
Well, that's kind of what he is in the role too, though, right?
Yeah.
He's like a upper crusty English society.
Yeah. Yeah,
kind of twisted behind the scenes.
Which there was a lot of them guys in the 70s when no one else could get drugs.
Right.
All them upper crust nits always had the drugs.
They were always holding.
Yeah. Because you couldn't get. When I was a kid, like 15, 16.
Yeah.
No one. Like from where I came, could get blow.
Yeah.
That was impossible, but the nitwits could.
Sure. Gotcha.
Anyway, how are you?
I'm all right, man. Yeah.
It's good to see you.
You too, man.
Are you doing something this afternoon, or is that a secret?
Yeah, I'm heading over to Amoeba here to do a little thing that they do over there, a little interview with those guys after you. And a few more things this week. I'm going to go on Rich Eisen and promote our annual Alice in Chains Fantasy Football League this year, so that's always good to go on Eisen's show. The football season's starting up. I'm really stoked, of course.
Your team is Seattle, obviously.
Seattle, yeah, and my other team is the Steelers. So,
but in football, like I know Duff's obsessed with the Seals, right?
Yeah, we both are.
Yeah. Are they any? Do you think they'll be any good this year?
We're in the dreaded transition phase, the rebuilding phase. Like we were really good for a period of years, and those guys got old and went to other teams, and we kind of got to restart again. But
didn't you win a couple of seasons ago?
We won a Super Bowl, and we played in another.
I won $100
yeah
of someone.
There you go.
Well, as far as much as you like baseball and football, I like soccer.
Yeah, of course. And we were over in Europe the whole time the World Cup was going on. Was
it crazy, right?
I was so hoping Croatia would win, man.
Yeah, I know.
I was really pulling for them.
Yeah. Yeah.
We all were, to get the little underdog.
The little underdog. Yeah. I swear them guys were on some kind of steroids, though.
Yeah, maybe.
They were running around like banshees.
Well, that wouldn't surprise me, man.
I know the Russians were accused of dabbling with some stuff.
They always kind of are a little shady, right? In pretty much everything they do.
Especially if you're in Russia as well.
Yeah.
Money's pays for everything.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't go along with it, you end up in the river.
That's true.
Or get poisoned by some bloke walking past you with his pen. We're going to play your single, Never Fade.
Yeah.
Released today.
That's right. I think it leaked last night, but today's the official release of the new single. Yeah.
Jerry Cantrell, Alice in Chains, Jonesy's Jukebox. Take it away. You're listening to Jonesy's Jukebox on KLOS. Beautiful. And my guest, Jerry Cantrell. How are you?
I'm good.
That was good.
Thanks, man.
Never Fade.
It's an interesting tune. It
sounds like you guys.
Good. That's good.
For sure.
Because I initially didn't think it was. I thought it was something we had laying around in the session. I had written the music and I had this great chorus, but I just didn't have a good verse, or a pre, and I just couldn't come up with anything. I was intending to throughout the process, so it just kind of laid there.
Yeah.
So I thought it'd be maybe like a soundtrack thing or something I would do later. But Will went back there kind of deep in the session in Seattle and kind of wrote a great verse and pre-chorus, and he sang those, and then I sang the chorus, and then we came at it from two different angles, and it works. It turned into a really cool song.
And you recorded the whole album all up in Seattle?
All of the basic tracks. Yeah, we did all the basic tracks, and so the bulk of the recording was done there. We did overdubs, vocals, and solos in Nashville at Nick's studio. And then I actually had a lot more stuff that I needed to do myself, so I set up at my house, did more vocals and guitar, and then we finished off at Henson for like 10 days just to kind of top it off. And then Joe Barisi mixed it, did a great job, and we actually found a few things that were messed up in the recording when we were over there, so Joe even recorded it. So it's 5 locations for this record.
Wow.
Yeah.
August 29th at the Hollywood Palladium.
Yeah.
And August 31st at Riverside Multiple Auditorium. You going out by yourself? Or do you do the thing where there's like three bands?
I think we're taking a band out, if I'm not mistaken, and sometimes sometimes I am. I think we're taking a band called the Starbenders out. I think they're a band out of Atlanta somewhere. Some friends of Williams. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty cool band.
And okay, what was I going to say? I forgot now. Oh yeah,
you got a text.
I got a text from somebody.
That was pretty good.
This is from Dave Grohl. Text us while we were playing your song. Hey, Daddy-O, did you get a nap? Did you get a nap in during my instrumental wank-off? Tell Cantrell I owe him 23 minutes of airtime.
Well, we'll call it even, Dave, because Dave turned us on to Nick Raskulinich, who we've made 3 great records with, and this one is one. So we'll call it even, dude.
Yeah.
And cool, it's a heck of a piece of music there, you know. And I can't wait to see the visual of it now, of him doing all of that stuff.
I'll play it again for some payola.
Yeah.
But you have to play a lot. Because it's long.
Well, Dave's probably got deeper pockets for the payola, so maybe like, let me text him real quick.
Yeah. You owe me a bit for playing you right now.
What do you want? I got a piece of Nicorette. I got some Blistex and like $3 here.
So you off the cigarettes?
Yeah, I haven't smoked in a long time, but I'm still chewing the gum.
So it's the same thing? Not
yeah, you get the
caffeine.
You get the nicotine, but you're not getting all the other crap in your lungs, you know, so... I'm an addict. I'm always going to be addicted to something. If I'm addicted to chewing gum, then so be it. You know?
How many of them do you go through? How many of them do you go through a day?
However many I need. Some last, some more, some days. You know.
Do you ever? You don't want to get off completely, or does it just seem like too much?
At some point, but this is where I'm at now, and it seems to be working. I haven't smoked in like 6 years.
That's good.
So you know.
Good news is you don't smell like cigarettes.
And that is great. Yeah.
You know. So that's it. You come here often?
I come here whenever you ask me to, and I will always come here whenever you ask me to.
Are we going to the Duke?
Yes.
We're going to the Duke. We're here with Jerry Cantrell of Alice in Chains, and he's on the cover of Guitar World. Go and get it, ladies. We'll be right back. You're listening to Jonesy's Jukebox, KLOS, with my guest, Jerry Cantrell of Alice in Chains. That was Bonzo Dog Doodah Band, the intro and outro song. Do you think it was kind of similar to
kind of a precursor, right? Like
Mr. Grohl.
Right. When was that released?
That was like in the 70s.
There you go. Yeah.
They were kind of popular on a comedic kind of Monty Python kind of vibe.
Yeah.
They went on to be, Neil Innings went on to be the band that was like Beatles, the Ruttles, or I don't think it ever made it here, did it, in America?
Okay.
But they were funny guys. So here we are with Mr. Jerry. And new single, Never Fade, released today.
Yeah.
What track we going to play next?
The one you know.
Yeah, we'll play the first single we put out, The One You Know. It's been going over really well live. It's going to be cool now that we have these out on this next run. We'll be able to put in 3 or 4 tracks off this record. So don't fall asleep out there, honest guys. We'll play the hits too, but we're going to play some new tunes. So.
Have you ever not? Like some artists.
No, you always do.
Some artists don't. I remember Bowie once went out and never played any hits.
Yeah,
I mean, I get the artistic sense of it, but
I think for us, everybody's totally different. So I wouldn't make a comment on anybody else. But for you gotta know that people want to hear certain tunes, and you know what those songs are because you stand in front of people and you've been playing them throughout the years, and you see people react to them, and that those are songs that you got to play. Those are what people show up, they work their asses off to save up to come see you and have a good time, and that's what they want. They want to hear "Man on the Box," and they want to hear "Rooster," and they want to hear "Wood" and "No Excuses" and like a bunch of other ones. But the cool thing is, there's there's 3 or 4 songs off of the new records that people dig too, and if we don't play those, they get bummed out as well. So, you know, and this record will be, you know, it gets tougher and tougher, I guess, because we're not going to do 3-hour sets. We play 2 hours max, you know, every night, and some of our stuff's pretty lengthy, so that's usually, you know, 19, 20, 21 songs, somewhere around there. So what we try to do is try to grab a few songs from each record. You know what I mean? So so you get a little flavor of everything, as well as promoting the new thing too. And those songs have translated as well. So we've had some real big songs on the last 2 records, and the one you know reacted really well, and that's been gone over live. And we have high hopes for this song as well. This record's loaded with really good songs. It really is, and you know, hopefully the record company, the guys at BMG have been really cool, and you know, commit to go deep on us on this record with us, and I think that they will.
What's your big closer? Is it a Man in a Box?
Rooster's a good closer.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Like if the Sex Pistols did a set and we didn't do Anarchy in the UK,
that's what I'm saying.
They'd go berserk.
Yeah. You got to play certain stuff. There's plenty of room to, you know, plug and play like album cuts, you know.
Yeah.
And we do that. And on each leg we try to reach back and pick like something we haven't been playing for a while, or that we rarely played, and throw in. So on this last one, it was I think "Bleed the Freak" from Facelift got a lot of play over the last tours. That was one song we hadn't been playing for a while, and acoustically we whipped out a song we never played from the Black Gives Way to Blue record called. God, what is it called? I totally forgot.
Okay.
When the Sun Rose Again. Yeah. And we played it for the first time in Montreux, a little acoustic set, and I would think we'll mix that one in. That's a really cool tune, man. Yeah.
We Sex Pistols. We always play the deep cuts from the album.
Yeah.
We only have one Bleeding Album. We have to play every song, or it'd be over with real soon. Okay, what's the name of the single again? I forgot.
The
already.
One You Know.
The One You Know. Jerry Cantrell on the box. He's going to Amoeba after this. He's going to do something. What's in the bag or something? What's it called?
I think they do a little shopping and let me grab some records, and then I get to talk about the records. Yeah, that I like.
Take it away, son. To Jonesy's Jukebox on KLOS with my guest, my main man, Jerry Cantrell. Chemtrail. Jerry Cantrell. Look out! That was Black Sabbath, Into the Void, from the album Masters of Reality. Then we had Alice in Chains, Wood. Then we had new Alice in Chains, The One You Know, from the new album Rainier Fog, out August 24th. You got anything else you want to tap on?
That's about it. It's always good hanging out with you, man. We're just kind of at the beginning here, so we'll probably be on the road touring this record, hopefully, if everybody stays healthy and sane, till probably fall of next year.
When's your birthday?
The 18th
of
March.
Oh, so we're back on track for that.
We got a ways to go, but we will have another Cantrell.
Just make sure you ain't on the road when you have your birthday.
I always love that you show up every year, man.
It's great. It's a good hang. Well, listen, buddy, good luck, and thanks for coming by.
Anytime.
And have a good tour. Good luck with your album. Single was released today, Never Fade. And the album is called Rainier Dog, as I mentioned.
Rainier Fog.
That's what I said. Rainier Fog.
I like Rainier Dog, though. That's good.
See what I do for you, man? Call up the printers. We're going to change it.
Rainier Dog. I think we got to change that. Yeah, that's good.
Comes out August 24th. First album in 5 years. We're going to visit the Duke. Jerry's out of here. He's going to Amoeba to do some business. And we'll see you in a minute.